We left Chris and Amanda last night and we're on our way to Tortuguero National Park. Hello! So we found our boat. We're going into the jungle. We're going into the Tortuguero National Park and into the jungle. It's about a 4-hour journey here. And now we're going on an hour's boat journey into the park. I think we're staying in an eco lodge. And then we've got a tour. What are we doing?
We've got a tour, we've got a walk, we've got a boat trip, we've got a...
Yeah, it's all, yes. Anyway, we've got lots, it's full on. They said it was an hour's boat journey. We thought it would be a bit of a cruise, but actually they were pretty speedy. Where? And on the way, out of the corner of his eye, he spots a crocodile. I don't know how they do it.
Not too close.
Yeah, no, get close.
Doesn't matter. It's because the crocodile will have here. Want to take some pictures?
Okay. Oh, he's getting in the water. He's coming to the left in the water. He's in the water.
On the river now.
He's just submerged. He's coming this way.
The water was like black glass. You could see the reflection of the whole jungle in it. Mr. Turtle. Yeah, there are loads in there, babe. Can you please go to the We saw loads of these little fellas. They're called caimans, so a relation to the crocodile, but they're much smaller and apparently not aggressive, but I wasn't going to try it out. We're on a 7 a.m. river cruise to look at all the animals. It's the time of day where they change shifts from nocturnal animals to the ones that come out in the daytime. They call it a lagoon, but it's more like a river, really, and this is where it meets the Caribbean Sea.
So if you ever wondered what mahogany in its natural form looks like, here it is.
This is a bird's eye view of Tortuguero National Park, which is where we're staying. On the left is the Caribbean Sea. Then you've got the main canal, and all the little houses down there is a village called San Francisco, and that's where our guide lives. And he gets a boat to the lodge every day, no roads. And then the canal on the right that you can see, that's where we came this morning on the boat tour. And then all the little tiny canals are in amongst all those trees and forest. It's exceptionally beautiful here. We've been so lucky to see so many animals as well. And this afternoon I'm going to go and walk along the beach where there are apparently turtles. We saw a sloth in its natural habitat and we were lucky enough to see it moving. I'm not sure that you might have to zoom in somehow, but it was actually climbing. And then we saw, I think they were howler monkeys. So there's our lodge over the river, well, lagoon, and we're opposite a runway for people that arrived by a plane, and that appears to be the terminal. And this is the runway. But we're going to go off for a walk along the beach and see what we can find. Probably not a lot because the sun is out and it's too hot for anything. So lots of big holes on the beach where the mummy turtles make fake nests and then they bury the eggs somewhere close by. Maybe like there, that little one maybe. So I think we have to come at sort of 5 o'clock maybe to see anything. But there is the Caribbean Sea. Spicy, isn't it? It's a beautiful beach and it's just covered with mostly natural debris, coconuts and wood and bamboo and just stuff that the sea throws out. Not a deck chair in sight. I could highly recommend coming to Tortuguero National Park. We've been very fortunate to be able to have that opportunity. We found a turtle's egg. I hope that means that the little turtle hatched and made it into the sea and wasn't gobbled up by something along the way. Tim's just building me a little shelter. It's a bit hot. One more big push on Monday to Panama. It's going to be really weird getting back on the bike. Another border crossing. It's going to be so strange after what's really been proper break, and having someone else do the driving, make the decisions, have an itinerary that we haven't had to come up with. Yeah, it's going to be different coming back to the cold and the dark at home. And the kids, 2 of them, and my kitchen, my bed, and my pillow. Oh, it's a plane. Look. Didn't know that was a thing. We spent 4 hours on a bus going. We've got that to look forward to tomorrow on the way back. It was really quite a special couple of days, not what we were expecting at all, but I would highly recommend going there. The guides were just amazing. So we were heading back for one final night in San Jose. It was a bit of a long journey back, an hour on the boat and then 4 hours in a bus, to pick up the bike and head on down to Panama. Well, that was weird. It starts at least. We've left Bikey here for 2 weeks and it's very strange getting back on it, planning our route, finding out where we're going to stay. So we're heading down to Panama now. We won't make it all the way there today, so we booked somewhere tonight a bit nearer. It is still in Costa Rica but just nearer the border. After a really fantastic couple of weeks, we're back on the road heading to Panama. So more border crossings. Fingers crossed it will all be good. It's a little bit grumpy this morning. Well known for being where all the crocodiles hang out. It's been closed actually when we first arrived in Costa Rica, but thankfully it's open now. So we've got off to see if we can see any, but nada. Just that. Huh. Well, there we go. So we've arrived in Uvita. This is where we're staying. And I'm just going for a walk in the town, to the town, while Tim is doing something. Ooh! Oh, and another one. We're about 60 miles from the Panama border, so we'll crack on tomorrow morning and hopefully cross in good time. It's incredibly humid. I'd forgotten how hot and sticky I get riding on the back of the bike. It's a funny mix of, you know, traditional homes and some more modern ones. I think I'm heading to the beach and not the shops, which was not my intention. And I'm going to get caught, aren't I, in a massive thunderstorm. It rains in Costa Rica 255 days of the year. So on the whole, we've been quite lucky. So the roots of these trees are all adapted, so we learnt when we were in the rainforest. They've all adapted over time and they've evolved into what you can see here, so that they're able to stabilise in the water and they don't fall over. I don't know if that's a mahogany tree. I don't think it is, but there were loads of mahogany trees and he could tell what they were in part because they didn't ever have any vines growing up them, because if vines started to grow up the bark would slip off, fall off, which meant that they were smooth and easy to identify. But the roots, they all had the same root system. It's interesting, isn't it? Well, I'm glad I came this way. How cool is that? Didn't realise they were police actually when I was filming and waving. Never mind. This is less fun. Oh my god! What was I saying about the rain? How lucky we were? I'll take it all back. Well, it's about 7:45 in the morning, so we've had a bit of a lie-in, and this is our little hotel. That's where we had dinner last night. That's where Bikey spent the night, and we're 2 hours, as I said, from the border, and that's where we're heading to. We're just getting rid of the petrol that we've been carrying around for 19,000 miles, because obviously it has to be empty when we get the bike ready to ship down to Colombia. So Tim's just put it in the tank, and we've got another fill up. We've managed to drive past the Salida Costa Rica, so we've come back. I've got a horrible feeling we're going to have to go and get the bike, and now we've got to come and pay the tax, then we've got to go back to get our passport stamped, and then we've got to go and export the bike, and then we've got to walk back to import it into Panama. But I think we're going to have to go and get it anyway. We'll find out. Dollar, dollar, dollar. We've checked out of Costa Rica, and after 3 weeks of the most delightful people, we managed to find the one grumpy person. Crikey, she was having a bad day. Anyway, we're out of Costa Rica, but having a bit of trouble getting into Panama because they've got a power cut. So upstairs she said we just have to wait until 9:30 tonight. It's 11 o'clock now, so that wasn't the one. So we've come somewhere else, and hopefully this lovely lady is going to sort us out with a temporary import permit for the bike. Otherwise, I'm afraid we're stuck here, which would not be ideal. I don't think we've captured any footage of this before, but we have to have the bike defumigated at every border crossing. Obviously we're not going to go into that little tunnel where we get sprayed, but a man comes out and does it for us, which you have to pay for. So. believe it, but we've arrived in Panama. Panama! I mean, Panama! Oh dear! And what's opposite our hotel? Yep. Can you believe it? It's a Dairy Queen! Oh, we're going to get run over. This feels very strange. We're about 150 miles outside of Panama City and we're loading up the bike for what I think is going to be the last time on this leg of the trip. And I think this is going to be our last ride of any significance. So yeah, that feels very strange indeed. So we're heading off to the Overland Embassy. And they are going to keep the bike until we return in October next year to carry on down to Patagonia. But I think there's a whole lot of hoo-ha, faffy stuff that we've got to do. I know we've got to get it washed. I know we've got to go to a customs office somewhere to cancel our temporary import license. We've emptied the fuel, we've got to do a few other bits. Anyway, we're going to go and find out and we'll see you then. So we're heading into Panama City. We can't believe it. We're going to go and see the Overland Embassy to drop the bike off, and on the way, crossing over the Panama Canal. Overland Embassy. This is where we drop Bikey off. It's going to be his little home for a while. It'll make some new friends, I'm sure. Let's see what we've got to do. He's just got to check the bike over. We've got to take all the luggage off and we've got to wash it. We've done 17,300 miles and we've done 333 hours of riding. 333 hours of me sitting on my bum. Good old bike. Tim says he loves that bike almost as much as he loves me. I think I do too. So Tim's just putting an air tag on the bike as well, so we know where it's going on its holiday. Oh, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you till... next time.
So we're here at the airport trying to cancel the temporary import permits. Thousands of forms to sign. Just sign it, I haven't got a clue what it is.
Hey, show me how to use this. You know how to use that?
Yeah, I think so.
Never.
Cheers.
Oh, there you go. I love the lights on this.
Beautiful.
We've been to the hotel in Panama, in the old town, and have got this lovely, lovely little Airbnb. And I've just pigged out on the last of our Marmite and toast. And now we're going to go and explore. So we're in a very safe neighbourhood because that's the mayor's house, right opposite the Airbnb, which is on this lovely little street. So different to downtown Panama, which is full of skyscrapers, and it's so massive that I'm not sure that you would get a good sense of it, because you'd sort of be trapped in the hotel. And we're next to the church. They stop ringing the bells at 10 at night. I'm so glad we decided to move to the old town. It's absolutely charming. It's not that big, but there's loads of little streets to explore and a bazillion restaurants, all of which were very, very nice, or at least the ones we went to. Can you see that? Tim missed it. We thought we'd take the opportunity while we were in Panama to come to the Panama Canal. There's a museum. We can go on a boat on the lake and have the opportunity to see all the, not all, whatever container ships that are going through the locks. We left at 7:30 on a tour and we're here at 8. Look how busy it is. We didn't have any idea.
We reached near the Atlantic Ocean and back to Tortuguero. So it's basically a water elevation to lift and lower the ship. So the lake, it's a man-made.
These are the original locks. I don't know if you can see far in the distance, but there's a container ship that's up really high, and those are the new locks, and they now use them both to transport from one ocean to the other.
Oh yeah, of course.
So those big container ships, it costs up to $1 million, and it's Panama's biggest revenue.
The new one? Yeah. Look at the size of it, yeah.
You can maybe see that big container ship moving really slowly through the lock far away, and then coming this way is a sail ship with the yellow masts. So the French originally tried to join up the Atlantic and the Pacific just all on one level, because the oceans are the same level, obviously, but it didn't work. So the Americans built this lock system, and the locks apparently are based on some drawings that Michelangelo did. So the boat, that sailboat, is just in the other lot. The water's going up, and you can see the water here going down. And this is all fed by, the water is fed by a lake, Lake Gatun, I think, which is fed by a river. And I think in the morning they go from the Pacific to the Atlantic, and then in the afternoon the boats go from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Apparently. There's the little train that I believe pulls the boats so that they don't bash against the sides of the locks. So they don't travel through the locks under their own power. I've learnt more from Tim and the lady standing next to me, to be honest, the tour guide. Let's cut that bit out. You can maybe just about see the little grey train. There's one up above on the sort of high level, but there's one down below that's going to pull the boat through, so that it doesn't bash against the sides. As part of our Panama Canal tour, they also took us on Lake Gatun, which is the lake that feeds into the canal. And there was a monkey island there, so that's what we were going to do in the rain. It was a real shame about the weather.
I can't find the end.
Click it in before you suffocate.
It's not quite Niagara.
Well, we found some monkeys on Monkey Island. Presumably they are stuck there because I don't think monkeys can swim. I was a little bit disapproving of the tour guides giving bananas to entice the monkeys down. I'm not sure that's strictly right, but it was fun.
Venga, venga. Está arriba de la capota. Ese mono es ese que se agarró pelea con Perú y todo el mundo le sacaron a... Cuidado, cuidado.
Last afternoon, we've been kicked out of the Airbnb, and it's only 12:30, and our flight isn't until 10 o'clock tonight. Had loads of messages. Thank you, everyone. I don't know how we feel. I think overwhelmingly reflective over the last 6 months. 6 months, mainly just the two of us. 2 big maritals, but we resolved them. I got back on the bike. It's been quite the journey.
Well, here we are at the airport after 6 months, going home, and from what we understand it's like 5 degrees and going to snow at home, and it's 30 here. So we're not looking forward to the weather. That apparently is it.
I'll go and ask. Because we're so early.
Yeah,
There's nothing to do. We're so bored
We are
today.
so bored.
Right, I'm going to go and ask.